What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy God by 2009. I'm sorry about that last video, but I had to redo it. Straighten up my mess. I got my stuff all over the place. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know. I try to fix my little mess, but I had to do another one for y'all. Appreciate all the love on my last joint, but I had to do another one for y'all, and this one's gonna be a lot better. And I was trying to figure out a good time to do a video, but I was like, man, I had some time today, man, and I want to really take advantage of it and get some of this material off for y'all, man. And I appreciate the love on the last video, but I got something new for y'all, so just give me a second, as always. I don't know who's gonna. Hey, Bree, what's going on? I see you up in here. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. I see you up in here. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Just give me some time to set everything up like I always do. Yeah, it's a lot better. Try to make sure everything looks straight for y'all. Please make sure you like entry into the chat. This video gonna be a good one, and I appreciate it. I just needed some time to get everything together, so please make sure you like the video as you enter the chat and just give me a few to set everything up. I really appreciate it. Because I know a lot of you weren't able to catch the last one, but this one's going to be a lot better, a lot detailed, because I really had so much stuff to get off, and I really been kind of rushing it. So I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to redo this one. This one is not a redo, but I'm going to redo the one that I did the last video. But I wanted to put something up for y'all because I know I've been doing them so early, so I didn't want nobody to miss that. And I know a lot of people would have missed that video because I did it so early. So this one is going to be a lot better. And I appreciate the love and thank you so much. Please make sure you like as you enter the chat room. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And this is going to be the silence of the Scorpio. And I know a lot of people won't want to hear about this one because this is holding the good ones that we want to hear. So I'm going to make sure I do that for you. And I appreciate the love. And I will make sure that I knock this one out for you. Just give me some time to set it up, give everybody a little time to come in, and please make sure you just like as you enter the chat room, and I will make sure I speak to everybody in a little bit. Just give me a second. You know, because you know how sometimes you start the day off and it's like you could have the wrong encounter with a person or the wrong vibe from a person. They could just throw you off for the rest of the day. It could just throw you off from what you were doing. You could start off with such a wonderful spirit. You could start off with such a jovial attitude, but it just takes a wrong sentence. It just takes a wrong vibe. It just takes a wrong situation, a conversation that can just throw you off into a tailspin. So I had to really get myself together. I had to really shake it off. You know what I'm saying? Shake off the negativity, shake off the bad vibes, shake off the haterade, and I had to keep pushing. So I really appreciate all my true supporters, and that's all of you, because I love all of you, even ones that might be hot with me, the ones that might feel a certain type of way about me. I know it's all love at the end of the day, because if it wasn't love, you wouldn't care either way, because you got to understand this. For a person to hate you or go out their way to hate you, they care about what you're saying. They take some type of way about what you're saying. They feel some type of way about what you're saying. So I got love for the haters too, because y'all support the haters support my videos too. Y'all give me views too. Y'all give me plenty of views, you know. I don't hate you for that. So this video is going to be about the silence of a Scorpio, because I know it's very confusing. I know it can be very unorthodox. So I'm gonna try to hit it from all the angles that I can hit it from and cover this topic. So y'all make sure y'all like, and I'm gonna bring it to y'all the best way I can. Uh-oh. There we go. I'm all over the place. Sometimes you can hear a positive word from a right person. You know what I'm saying? A person can throw you off, then it could be somebody else. That's why I always tell you, I try to always be careful on how I impact people, especially if they are looking for some type of information or some type of love. Because just a couple of words of encouragement, just a couple of nice words, even a smile, it can bring a person out. So I really appreciate all the love y'all show me. It means a lot. Let me go ahead and share this right quick, and then I'm gonna jump into this. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, all my moderators. I see a couple of you in here. I'm gonna speak to y'all right quick. Just give me a few. I don't know why I'm always feeling like I'm in a rush, but I don't know. Let's see how that goes. What's going on, Symphony? Symphony, thank you so much. I'm happy to see you in here. I told you I try to do different times so everybody can catch it. What's going on, Anna? What's going on, Bree? What's going on, Passion Ruby? I see you stoked. This will be a good one. Thank you. Hey, Deb, Angelo. Good afternoon. I need this one. Okay. I like the video. Show some love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nina. I see you up in here. Let me see. What's going on, Jasmine? I'm happy to see you here. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this one. One thing you got to understand about us is we are introverted when you're dealing with a Scorpio. He's a very, very introverted person. He's not a type of individual that, even if he's extroverted by the time you meet him, and if he is in that mode where he is active and he is talkative, you still got to understand that he's not like this for everybody. He's not a type of individual that's going to extend himself out for everybody. He doesn't just open up to females because they're beautiful. He doesn't open up to particular people just because they're popular, just because they seem a certain way. He's the type of individual that don't take face value for anything. He doesn't take anybody else's word value for anything. He's the type of person that's going to do his own research, and before he opens up himself to anybody, he's the type of individual that's going to definitely test the water and see where you at. He's going to see where your head is. That's why a lot of times, when you first meet a Scorpio man, he's going to be silent. He's not going to open up to you a lot of times. And it's not because he doesn't like you. It's not because he's an unfriendly person. It's not because he's trying to be funny, but he's trying to figure you out. He's trying to see if he get to know you, because so many individuals, I used to being with people that, are like an open book, that just come in and just, open up and just tell, give him everything. He's not that type of individual. You're going to have to really get to know us. You got to really find your a real common ground when you first meet him. He's not going to trust you. I'm not going to even come off and try to pretend or make anything up. He's not going to be an individual that's going to trust you right away. He's not going to see you as an immediate friend. He's not going to see you as somebody that's just automatically click with him, even if you are, even if you have been together for a month or two, it's not going to just go into some wonderful honeymoon. Even if it starts off that way, and it's still going well. If he has a good attitude and everything's going well, I'm not trying to scare you or anything. That means everything is going well, but at the same time, don't get to the point where you get too comfortable, where you become complacent, where you become too take advantage of his openness, because a lot of times people don't understand that, even when we go through, we try to give people time, what I'm saying, to open up to us. We don't try to dig it out everything. We try to let everything happen naturally. What I'm saying? We try to let everything happen organically. He's not going to be a type that's going to try to rush conversation. He's not going to be a type that's going to he's not the type that's going to fish for a conversation. He's not going to fish for small talk. He's not a small talk person. And this one thing a lot of individuals got to learn when you first deal with him. If you ever want to get on a common ground, get to understand him, or stay in a friendly type of situation with him, you got to understand that he's not a small talk type of individual. He's not an individual that's going to just open up and just talk about, we will talk about small talk, but if you want to get the most out of the conversation, if you want to get the most out of that relationship, if you want to get on a real focused ground with him, and I don't mean small talk, like, he definitely want to know what's going on with you and how was your, because that all that stuff matters, but he's not trying to talk about stuff, that has absolutely nothing, no relevance. Don't bring up conversations that have no relevance. Don't bring up stuff and stuff that really, that really doesn't hold, real any type of weight or any type of relevance to your relationship, any type of relevance to what's going on between the two of you. So y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. I know what I gotta do. As always, I gotta let y'all know to hit that thumbs up, because I do the same thing. I'm gonna have to, I think I'm gonna do this. We have to do this every video. I'm gonna start doing like other people. If I get 100 likes, I'm gonna eat this block of cheese. Do I gotta do that? Do I gotta do that like some other people? I'm gonna eat this whole block of cheese. I'm not trying to take it that far, but can you please make sure y'all support and like the video? I don't want to have to eat a whole block of cheese. Let me see. I'm not trying to eat a whole block of cheese right now. Let me see. Hey, Shakita, what's going on? We Scorpios don't like small conversation or open up fast that easy, because just like I was, because like I told y'all, I'm always studying, I'm always observing and going into deep thought, just like most Scorpios we always do. Like, I was thinking, like, somebody said something real true, and they were saying a lot of people just want to steal 2 minutes of your time. A lot of people really don't really care to get to know you. A lot of people are not really trying to communicate. A lot of people don't know how to communicate or really care to communicate. A lot of people don't even know what communication is, because a lot of times a lot of people feel communication is them, telling all their problems, them getting, talking about everything they want to talk about, which I understand. I understand the nature of a woman. She wants to talk. He understands that. Scorpio, we understand the nature of a woman. So a lot of times he will listen. He's not going to be this gossiping goose. He's going to be a type of individual that let his ears do the work for him. He has more of a masculine aura around him. He's not going to be this type that's going to come off like your chattery girlfriend. He's not going to come off like that. He's going to listen to you. But at the same time, you got to understand that we don't, open up to just anybody, and a lot of times, a lot of people have certain situations where the Scorpio is talkative. He comes into the situation being talkative, not like talkative like an extrovert, but he still communicates. He still open up. You don't have to really dig to get certain Scorpios to talk. like that's in their phoenix mode or ego mode like me, but at the same time you can still hit brick walls, and a lot of people still don't understand that's not, you know, a lot of people take it for granted. A lot of people don't understand that's not who we are. We don't do that for everybody. We don't just open up to anybody. We don't just try to connect with everybody, because we know we don't connect with everybody. We know we're not understood by everybody. We know a lot of people are not really good listeners. And this is another thing that he's going to pay attention to. You know, if you want to stay on good grounds and keep your relationship good, you're going to have to make sure you listen to what he's saying, even if he's not a big talker, even if he says stuff that means that you think don't really hold no meaning, or you think that it's just something simple. You got to make sure that you listen to what he's saying, because we don't say anything just to say it, even if it's a compliment, whether it's giving you a compliment, whether it's something nice or any of that stuff. You still have to get to know him. You still got to understand who this individual is, because he is going to make or break the relationship. Because if you are not a type of individual that can communicate well, I mean really communicate, not what I mean by communicate, I mean like really listen to what he has to say, even if it's, you know, whatever. You have to listen, man, because he's not an individual that talks a lot. He's not an individual that opens up to everybody. Even if he talks to you to a certain amount, he's not doing that with everybody. He's not a type that's going to open up to. You got to understand, if he's talking to you, even if he's opening up to you, he might not talk to another person for another 10 hours, unless, I mean, if it's business, that's different. But I'm talking about like on a personal, close net type of thing. The Scorpio man, we don't just open up. We don't just talk. We don't just give our time and energy just anybody. So if he gets to the point where he feel like he's speaking on deaf ears, where he's getting fed up, you know, with feeling like he's talking on, you know, to himself, or he feel like you not really paying, you're listening, because you can be looking at him, you could be having nodding your head and everything, but if you just have these blank answers, or you just come off as being complacent, or come off as being in your own world, he's going to shut down. He's going to automatically go into his own world. He's going to automatically go into I call it the social cocoon. Like when the Scorpio feels a certain type of irritation or pain, or we feel to the point that our words are falling on deaf ears, are we in some type of deep turmoil? Are we going through severe irritation? We will shut down. If he feels like it's getting to the point where he's speaking to a brick wall, or he gets to a point where he feels like he's communicating with a 2-year-old, whether it's it depends on your personality. That's why I tell y'all, every situation is not for everybody. But if you're a type of individual that blurts out a lot, he's going to shut down. If you're a type of individual that always arguing, like to always be combative and arguing, he's going to shut down. If you're a type of person that always looking for negativity, that always going left field, he's going to get to the point where he goes silent on you. He's like, a lot of people see the Scorpio man, see like, oh, he's gonna try to sting you, or he's gonna have this enormous rage and fight. Yes, he will have points where he will, you know, speak his mind, and we will, you know, let people know what's going on. But we don't do a whole lot of combative in relationships. He's not gonna have a hissy fit and bow and have this soap opera type of situation with you. He's not going to do anything. He's going to get to the point where he's shut down, and it's going to become invisible. You know what I'm saying? He's going to almost make you invisible, and that's where you don't want the relationship to go. Because if he's getting to the point where he's shutting down, and I don't mean like shutting down like being quiet for certain periods of time, because, and that's another thing I want to clear up. Just because he has silent periods. If he has silent periods where he comes back and he's social and he making sure everything's okay, that's not what I'm talking about, because that's normal, that's average. Because Scorpios, we go to a point where we do separate ourselves from people. We do go our own different ways. We are introverted. So as introverted individuals, we always separate ourselves for certain periods of time to gather ourselves, to gather our energy, to build ourselves. Because a lot of people don't know everything that we give, whether it's love, whether it's a conversation, whether it's a compliment, we give everything 100,000%. That's why when we are totally turned off, if he's getting to the point where he's ready to walk out the door, he shuts down completely. He's not going to give you a halfway mark. He's not going to be playing around. He's not going to be pretending to be in some type of wonderful situation where y'all going to walk in the sunset and in the end of the rainbow and and drinking pina coladas. Nah, he's going to let you know that he's on the verge of walking out the door, and this situation is going to a collapse. He's not going to sit and pretend with you. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about us is we are all the way we all the way off. That's one thing that you got to understand when you're dealing with Scorpio. He's not going to be this halfway person that give you a little bit of his energy just to make you smile and just to play game. No, we are not these type of individuals. Maybe just like I said, maybe if he's in a lower vibration, but that's not even really the signs. You know what I'm saying? That can be any sign, but I feel like when the Scorpio is really mature and when we really got ourselves together and going into our adult years, we don't have the patience to deal with, you know, the facades, to deal with fake relationships, to deal with people that are not really 100%, to deal with people that we really can't be around, that we can't find a cordial understanding with. Because one thing we understand not just about Scorpio, not just about any particular sign, but us as men, we gonna think in terms of logic. We gonna think in terms of what makes sense. So he's not gonna be trying to dive into his feelings. He's not gonna be trying to argue with you. He's not gonna be trying to be scratching at your door. You know, everything that needs to be said, everything that needs to be addressed, he will already address it to you. Nothing that's have taken a turn will be a secret unless you haven't been listening, unless you've been toning him out, unless the communication has been terrible. And that's a lot of times where the relationship goes left, because the partner is not paying attention to what the Scorpio is saying. They're not appreciating what energy you're putting into it. They're not paying attention to your actions. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a type of individual that take accountability, he's not going to be a type of individual that feels like he needs to take accountability for the relationship at all, because he know it's going to always be an ongoing battle. It's always going to be an ongoing back and forth, because a person that don't take accountability, they always going to have something to complain about. They always going to have something to badger you about. So let me see. Give me a second. I really appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all like it. Y'all into the chat. You know, I'm gonna put my links in. If you want to show me some love, donate. I really appreciate it. I try to give y'all a double scoop today because I had to take the other video down, but I really appreciate the love. So I had to make sure I do something good for y'all and give y'all something real good, you know, that you can watch. I really appreciate the love. Let me see. Hey, what's going on, Butterscotch Love? What's going on? What's going on, Sky 11 Hook? I really appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. Got my moderators in here today. Let me do my dance. I ain't gonna mess with y'all, but I'll have me do my moderator dance. Let me see. Y'all make sure y'all like it. Y'all into the chat. And I haven't forgot my other signs videos, because I'm going to do that right. I'm not going to just throw that at y'all. I'm going to make sure I do it right. So I haven't forgot my other videos for y'all. This is my link if y'all want to hit me up. Hey, IL, Angels. Hey, Al. I love, let me see. Make sure. Hey, caught you just when you finish my workout. Hey, say. Hey, James. You have a name on you. I'm gonna just say. I always say your name and mess it up. I'm sorry about that. Make sure, even though I'm not a man, but you're definitely describing very correctly, Scorpios. Absolutely. Yeah, because one thing you got to understand when you dealing with Scorpio is that everything everything that we do is 100%. You know what I'm saying? We don't. He's not in it for pretend. He's not in it for playing. He's not in it for halfway. He's not in it for a seasonal love. He's not an individual that's looking for a seasonal uh, partner. He's not looking just for a companion just because he don't like being by himself. One thing about us, we can be by ourselves for long periods of time. You know, even if it hurts, even if it gets to a point where we can't stand it, but we are so in tune with ourselves when we have such a peace with ourselves. We don't just chase anybody. We don't just look for anybody to fill a void, to fill some type of completion or something. You know what I'm saying? So he's not going to just accept anybody throwing anything at him. He's not going to accept anybody just walking into his life. You know what I'm saying? So anything that he shares with you, anything that he builds with you, anything that he says to you, all the energy that he gives to you is enormous for him. It's something that he's really digging deep inside himself to really give. So when it's not taken seriously, so when it's slighted, when you get to the point where you getting carried away. And I want to make examples because I don't want to just make it seem like I'm being vague. Like, say for instance, if he's talking to you and you getting to the point, he's asking you stuff and you becoming short, you getting an attitude, all that stuff is going to go against you because every time anything that we bring to take, we try to bring our best attitude. Even if a Scorpio, even if we are in a certain attitude, we remain calm, we remain cool. You know what I'm saying? Until the other person gives off a bad energy or gives off a bad vibe, because we really hate to be negative. We hate to argue. We don't go back and forth with people. So if he gets to the point where he even feels like that energy is building up in him, or he feeling frustrated, feeling agitated by just talking to you, y'all, he's on his way out the door. He's on his way to leaving you. You need to figure out a way, look at yourself, and look at the situation as a whole, because a lot of people don't look at that. If you're not a type of individual that ever been in a relationship where you had to take accountability, where you had to look at yourself and be like, hey, I'm jacked up. I need to get myself together. A Scorpio will make you do that because you're gonna realize that you do have imperfections. You're gonna realize that you're not this, perfect being. You're gonna realize that we all have, our downsides, not just a Scorpio, because every time a person bring up Scorpio, they make it seem like we are the worst thing ever walking. I see 20 of y'all in here. Y'all make sure y'all other two people hit that likes, that thumbs up. I really appreciate the love, but y'all make sure y'all do hit that thumbs up and make sure y'all support. I will make sure I always bring y'all the best content, but y'all make sure y'all show that love also. If you get to the point where he's going through a certain circumstance, yeah, Scorpio will get silent. We will get frustrated, but at the same time, we will communicate with the people that's around us. We will still try to build with the people that's around us. We are not these people that try to remain silent. Try to just make it seem like we don't want to be bothered. We really are personal people. We really are genuine individuals. But if you bring out the worst side of him, he's not going to try to duck around it, but he's just gonna shut down. He's gonna get to the point where he cuts it all off. He's not gonna feed you bad energy. He's not gonna argue with you. But we get to the point, if he gets to the point where he completely shut down, where it's just no communication, that means it's something with the situation that has taken a left. There's somewhere where something didn't go right. Something has transpired where he's not trying to be in that relationship anymore, because we understand that everything is action. A relationship is a feeling. It's more than just two people just being together. it's a feeling you get when you're around a person. It's a whole it's a love, a genuine love and a respect you feel when you're around a person where you want to be in a relationship with a person. But if it's get to the point where there's no respect, where there's no appreciation, where it's nothing but chaos, then it's not a real love. And at that point, it's not a real relationship. And just like anything, he's going to back away from it. He's going to give it no energy. You know what I'm saying? Because people that I realized that I couldn't build with, people I realized I couldn't compromise with, I couldn't love, I couldn't be friendly to. If we get to the point where we're not going to build with you, we're not going to give you any energy. We're not going to argue with you. We're not going to try to figure out what's going on. We're not going to do any of that. And we get to the point where we know it's dead. Trust me, we already know that the relationship has taken its left. You know, so these things you got to pay attention to. So on point, we will show you everything that is swept under the carpet. The only way to go to the light is to face all the dark sides of yours. Absolutely. I had to face all my dark corners. That's why it's so easy for me to stand up and be a lot stronger. I stand up to and look people, you know, even people that I love dearly, I had to be like very stern, because once you able to look at yourself and take accountability and correct yourself and build yourself and really do what's necessary, then you know what shouldn't be accepted. You know what's wrong, what's just plain wrong. Because when you are trying to do everything you can to stay on a certain track, then you know what's left. When you trying to stay on the right track, you definitely gonna know what's left, especially if you've been doing it for quite some time. You gonna know when somebody taking a left turn. You gonna know when somebody's trying to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're trying to do everything you can do to be appreciated, keep the relationship going, you know, how much energy do you expect him to put into it when every time he talks to you it's a headache, when every time he talks to you it's a bunch of complaining, when every time he talks to you is going through one ear and out the other. He's not going to want to talk to you. He's not going to, nobody is really going to talk to you for real. Now let me see what's going on here. Make sure I got everybody. None here thinks you're putting out subpar. Oh, thank you so much, Bree. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, Nina, coming in as always. You know, all my moderators, I really appreciate y'all. Anna the illustrator, I really appreciate you too, Anna the illustrator. Let me see. Hey, T Waitman, I never seen you in here. Nice to see you. I appreciate the support. You know, please make sure you like as you enter if you haven't already. Thank you so much. You know, I'm not like I'm able to talk to y'all because I've been able to go through experiences where I realized the value of healthy relationships, where I realized that the value of networking with healthy spiritual people, with people with good spirits, with people with intelligence, people with dreams and goals and aspirations. I realized it's good to communicate with these type of people. It's good to build and connect with different people. It's good to extend yourself and not be closed off. But at the same time, I realized that only should go to a certain extent. It should be a maximum for that, because you know certain people don't deserve that love. Certain people don't appreciate that love. Certain people are not going to take it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to be very, very apprehensive to opening up. If you just meeting him or just talking to him, he's not going to open up to you at first. He's not going to be as friendly in the beginning, because he's making sure he's trying to size you up, making sure you're not a phony, make sure you're not a snake, you know, just some type of snake just coming out of nowhere, you know, pretending to be some type of wonderful lady in his life. Because sometimes, you know, you pick the wrong woman, they can drain you, they can cause you all types of issues. And Scorpio, we not the type to tolerate that. We don't got time for that. We don't try to, we don't, he's not going to go through the I'm going to say it like this to make it plain and simple. Scorpio, as a Scorpio individual, we're not going to go through the TV drama. He's not going to go through the reality TV drama with you. He's not going to be soap opera-ish with you. He's going to cut you off. He's going to not call you. He's not going to reach out to you on social media. He's not going to try to look for you. He's not going to try to find a common ground because, he's not going to beat a dead horse. We're not those type of individuals that try to beat a dead horse when we know it's not going anywhere, when we know it's not going to have any value. Understand that even if he talks to you for an hour, even if he talks to you for 100 hours, understand that you probably the only person that he probably talked to in the last 30 days as far as his personal life. We do not talk to just anybody. We do not just build with anybody. Even when I do these little joints, these videos for y'all, I might not reach out and talk to nobody for the rest of the day, as far as anything personal, because I don't just talk just to be talking. I don't open up just to be opening up. I don't waste time just to be just doing something. You know what I'm saying? Everything I say, everything I do, it has to have a meaning. It has to have a place. It has to have a destination. So if he feels like it's going nowhere, like if he feel like it's a dead end, then he's going to become the silent. The conversation is going to go to a dead end. The conversation is going to be cut to a silence because there's no reason to build. Where's he trying to build? What is he getting out of it? Is it helping a relationship? Are y'all learning something from building with each other? Is it just a bunch of arguing? Is it just a bunch of you talking about a bunch of other stuff? Is it just you talking about yourself? Is it just you complaining about yourself? Ask yourself these questions. Is it just when you every time he talks to you, it's just a bunch of complaining? Is it just a bunch of calamity? Is it just a bunch of irritation? These are the things you got to ask yourself when you deal with him. If he gets to a point where there's no communication, you got to ask yourself these questions. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna do a video about Scorpio energy too, cause I know sometimes y'all see me, y'all be like, "Boy, you got a lot of videos. Boy, how do you do this? How do you keep putting out so much?" I'm gonna give y'all. I'm gonna do a video about the endurance of a Scorpio, the extreme of a Scorpio, the strength of a Scorpio, the how energetic we are. So I'm gonna do something on that. I'm gonna do that soon. But when you deal with him, just make sure you make everything count. Make sure everything has a meaning. When you talk to him, make sure that you really want to get some out of the relationship, because anything you don't say and anything you do say is going to count, because everything we try to put into the relationship, we try to make it count. So he's going to look at everything you do with the same value, whether you value your own words. Maybe some of you don't value your words. Maybe some of you don't value your relationships. But when you're dealing with him, he's going to value his time. He's going to value his relationships. You know what I'm saying? If you're not that individual, you're going to find out real fast, how quick a relationship can end, if you don't take accountability, because he's going to disappear. He's not going to talk to you. You're going to, I'm trying to help you answer. I'm trying to help answer these questions for you before you hit that door of silence. Even if you hit that door of silence, God body trying to help you. So if you hit that door of silence, you understand why. If you hit that brick wall of him going in a different direction, you understand why. You can't really act surprised. You know what I'm saying? Look and think about how you impact the relationship. Think about what type of stuff you were doing. Think about what type of stuff you were saying. Until you ask yourself these questions, you will always be completely lost, because you're not a person that's going to take any real logical self accountability. You're not going to really do any real self-reflecting. So you're not going to ever really see your wrongs. You're not going to ever really see your rights. You know what I'm saying? So you're just going to be in the blind. You're going to just go go on from relationship to relationship, just being blind, doing the same reckless stuff, doing the same stuff that ended your last relationships, doing the same stuff that caused you to hit the same brick walls. So if you don't learn nothing from any relationship, you're gonna learn from a Scorpio relationship on how to communicate and how to appreciate your partner, because he's not gonna accept anything less. Oh, thank you so much, Sky 11. I appreciate you showing me some love. I always appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much. You know, he's not gonna accept anything less. You know, uh even as a child, a Scorpio child is not going to talk to his mother. He's not going to talk to his dad if he sees that he's trying to talk to them about his math homework. He trying to pass the test, and they laughing at football, laughing, doing something with their other brothers and sisters. He's not going to reach out to those parents. He's not going, even if he's 5 years old. I'm telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? You need to listen to this. If you got a son or a daughter that's a young child, that's a Scorpio, you need to pay attention to this, because this is very important. This can affect the rest of their life. If they don't feel like they're being fulfilled, they're not going, they're going to shut down early. They're going to become antisocial and view people in a certain way very early. They start off with the household. They look at everybody and how people treat each other. They look at how the relationships and how people appreciate each other, how people love each other. That's how the Scorpio. That's the same way the Scorpio is going to be. Like, he's gonna, if you a type of woman that's always flapping your mouth on the phone, and you feel like your Scorpio child doesn't need that much attention because he a child, he doesn't care about what's going on around him. He doesn't hear what's being said. You saying all types of stuff around your Scorpio children because you feel like they little, they don't feel the void. They don't feel the emptiness because they're children. People always say they're children. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that the Scorpio child, he's going to understand this very early on. If he sees that you are ridiculous, that you always arguing with your husband, that you always arguing with your wife, whatever way it is, he's going to get to the point he's going to shut down. He's not going to bring up stuff of any importance when stuff happens at school, when stuff happens on the street outside of school. He's not going to, even if it's the most terrible thing that you can ever think about that's going on with him, he's not going to share it with you. He's not going to feel confident in your authority. He's not going to feel safe under your authority. He's not going to feel loved under your authority. He's going to shut down, and he's going to go into a silence. And it's almost going to be like you don't even know your child. It's almost going to be like somebody, a complete stranger. You know what I'm saying? It's all because he's going to start going into his own self. He's going to, and even though Scorpio children are like that often, he's still going to be quiet, but he's not going to share anything with you, because Scorpio children at a young age, we're very, very, very close knit. We're very affectionate and very close knit with people. So if you hit or miss, it's going to be enormous, because it's going to either connect, or y'all going to either have an enormous separation. It depends on how you take care of that child, that Scorpio. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the love, and I'm gonna make sure I do that for y'all later on, because I haven't forgot. Just like I told you, 18 years with my Scorpio. You guys are still confusing, Leah. Oh, what's so confusing? Don't just say be confusing. Don't give me no description. What's going on? What's so confusing, bro? I'm glad you said that about Scorpio children. Sometimes my daughter holds her feelings in his. We have a journal that we write back and forth and to help her. Absolutely, because she's very introverted, and she can go into a point where she closes into herself, and it can be very dangerous, because the Scorpio child is not like a average child. They can have a mind of a full-grown adult by the time they're 13 years old. So if she goes into her own mind and feels like your authority is not she's not protected on your authority, or she's not really appreciated, her words are not falling upon ears that are listening, She's gonna start retreating into herself. She's gonna start making her own, building her own wall, and it's gonna be hard for even you as her parents to get through that wall. You're gonna be just like everybody else a Scorpio deals with. Even if they're a child, they're gonna get to the point where they know whether you're ridiculous. They know whether you are a mature adult. So always remember that. Let me see. Like he's giving me the silent treatment. How now telling me that we need time to change things. He talks with. Oh, okay. Yeah. Just keep that communication. He talks when he wants to. Absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of people don't understand that. T women, see, a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people take advantage and don't appreciate the Scorpio when we open up until they care, that could care less, that throws them in the garbage. So don't take advantage of it, you know what I'm saying, and not appreciate it. When he opens up to you, make sure you appreciate it, make sure you listen. I still try to get him to talk. It has helped us a lot, especially with transition to the teenage stage. Oh, okay. So when you deal with them, make sure it's appreciated, because if you are not serious, it's going to show. If you are not a good listener, it's going to show. If you're not good with relationships, it's going to show with the Scorpio. If you are insecure, it's going to show. Whatever problems you didn't face in your past relationships, whatever problems you didn't face in your life, it's going to show in your Scorpio relationship, because whether we try to or not, we bring the hidden secrecies of people's personalities, their characteristics, the darkest corners of their skeletons, where they tried to hide. Like it will come out regardless. So just be authentic, be real, be loving, be supportive. It ain't gonna be no half in between. Are you gonna slide through the cracks? Are you gonna fall? You know, I still try to get him to talk. Oh, okay. I understand, T. Whitman. T. Waitman. Sai. Oh, okay. Sai. Oh, thank you, Sai. I'm sorry, Sai. Yeah, like he is opening up more. So I think the space is allowing him right now. It's helping actually. Yeah, it can help, because in your particular situation, it can help. But in certain situations, when something bad happens, it's not going to help. When it's just a regular silence, yeah, definitely giving him space can help. But if you had a bad encounter, he has a bad encounter with you, like that space can actually hurt. It can actually it can actually bring a bad gap, especially if he tried to open up. If he didn't try to open up to you, then I understand, give it space or whatever. But if he's tried to reach out to you, and he gave it a good effort, then he's not going to be open. He's not going to be receptive to anything you're saying. He's not going to want to hear it. But I like this one a lot better. See, sometimes three is a charm. Three is a charm. Oof. God body is winded. I've been going hard, and I've been doing these videos, not even counting the stuff I got to do outside of this stuff. So I try to give y'all the best I have. I hope y'all appreciate it. I love y'all, man. Big kiss to all ladies, pounds and stuff to all the brothers. Jasmine, you are a good mom. Let me see what Jasmine say. Hold on. What Jasmine say? Hey, God, buddy. Hey, Cherie. What's going on, Cherie? Make sure, like, as you enter. Oh, thank you so much. I see a lot of you coming in. I really appreciate the love. Thank you so much. He's still like he can't leave me. It's so weird. No, it's not weird, because we just very loving people. We don't want to leave people. We don't want to break up. I told you, it's just like my boy said. The other Scorpio chat. I got to find out so I can stop saying my boy. I gotta say his channel name, but It's just like building a house. Why would he want to just forfeit the house that he put so much love and energy into? Why would he want to just desert it? Why would he want to just give up on that? We really with relationships that haven't had no love in it, we not gonna hold on. But if it had a lot of love in it, and if it's real, we will hold on to it. We not gonna shake it loose. We're not gonna give it up, easily. But if it's not going nowhere, if his energy is not being appreciated, if his love is not being appreciated, he will shut down. Okay, I know y'all be asking me a lot of stuff, man. I'm trying to think of some of the questions y'all be asking me. I'm trying to, and I like using the examples also. Um, hmm, I'm just trying to make sure I got all these. I think I got everything. Hey, what's going on? But I understand what you're saying. Like we love each other so much, and it's hard for us to break up. Yeah, absolutely. If the love is strong, the Scorpio man is not going to go anywhere. He's gonna stay as long as possible. You know what I'm saying? We are like those people in the old times when it comes to love. We are very appreciative, and we know finding love is hard and it's rare because we understand that. But he's not going to just accept anything. You're not going to just be able to talk to him disrespectfully. You're not just going to be able to just blurt out stuff to him. He's not going to just tolerate anything you just bring to the table. He's not going to accept a bunch of silliness and a bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to talk to him like a man of respect, talk to him like a man that you love and appreciate, because he's not going to accept it any other way. If you want somebody that you could talk trash to, if you find a weak man, but this ain't gonna be the man for you. If you want a bozo, if you want a loser, go find a bozo and a loser that you can just talk to, that's gonna accept anything, that's just gonna let you do anything you want to do. Go find you some weak, pathetic loser. But a Scorpio man, he's not gonna be a type that's gonna tolerate just any treatment, just any kind of anything. No, he gonna shut it down, and he's gonna walk away. He's gonna shut it all the way down. I'm going to text him what you said so he can think. So he can think I understand him more. Maybe he would. It has worked. I told people certain things to say to Scorpio, and they type back, because it's not that I'm doing anything special, but you just got to be in tune, because I understand. I try to understand the individual. I go inside the mind of the individual. Once you become in tune with them, you're not gonna have to dig for things to say. You're not gonna have to, figure out things to say. He's gonna be in tune. Y'all gonna lock into each other. Um, I was saying that we got nice shocking, but when people disrespect us and cross us and hurt us, we take advantage. We will pull a rug from under them. We will clap back as, but that's when we get caught. Man, this silent treatment is real with y'all. Young people don't say that. Let me see. Yeah, some young people. I know you don't say that, 70, but the youngest do say that out here. The young boys do say that. I ain't gonna say that. 70. I don't know. I don't. Where you from, anyways? 70. I gotta know where you from, because out here, yeah, they do be saying clap a lot. A lot of people be saying clap. It be a lot of clapping. It's a lot of people getting clapped. It's a lot of clapping. It's a lot of round of applause. It's a whole lot of it's a whole lot of hand movements. It's a whole lot of hand sayings. Hey, Angela, what makes Scorpio come back? What makes Scorpio come back? What makes Scorpio come back around? Oh, okay, okay. No, she talking about like clap, like I'm a claps. You know how they it's more of an East Coast thing. You know how my Brooklyn kid they be like, yo, I'm about to clap, son. Like I'm clap. Like if he don't get off my if his son don't get off the block, I'm clapping, son. If son don't make if, you know, if he don't Speedy Gonzalez off the block, I'm about to clap some like son. I'm clapping like I'm clapping, son. She ain't talking about no cap. That's the new stuff. That's the new generation. She talking about like the early 2000s and the 90s. She talking about clapping. She talking about clap clap. She talking about clap clap and seeing seeing you doing better. You know, a Scorpio come. What makes Scorpio come back is when the love is real, when it's authentic, when we know the feeling is mutual, when we know that we are 100% loved as much as we love that person. That's what makes us come back. When we know it's authentic, when we know is nothing like it, that's when we come back because we don't we a Scorpio is not the type that accept secondhand love. We don't want the second best lady. We want the best lady that we can get. We want the one that's going to love us and appreciate us the most. So when he comes back, that means the love is real. That means he really really loves you. That's what's going to make him come back. I'm not from there. It's not my lingo. My bad. I don't know what they say in Cali. I don't know how they say it in Cali, but on the East Coast they be like, you know, you know how the rappers be like, if he touch my car, I'm letting off a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? If he cross my street, I'm gonna let a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? You got to read between the lines. It's the slang. It's the old school slang. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm clapping. You better get out of here if I clap you, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, people still say clap back. Yeah, people still say clap back. I would make an example, but I ain't gonna say that. I ain't going to use that example because they still beefing, and I ain't. And it's just like I'm not gonna even bring that song up. So I'm just I'm just leave it alone. I'm gonna just leave it all the way alone. Let me see. Scorpio couldn't last. My Scorpio couldn't last a few weeks. He's back already, but still with a silent treatment. Yeah, because he just got to get himself together. Y'all like the video. Thank you so much, Stephanie. I really appreciate y'all, man. This will see. I told y'all this one's gonna be a lot better. I love y'all, man. I appreciate the love. You know, make sure you like. You know, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will definitely be back. You know what I'm saying? Give y'all some more. You know, big kiss to all the ladies. Thank you so much. You know, I really appreciate it. Let me see what Bree talking about. I love this video, but it's also a little disheartening. I've apparently been doing things right with mine without even knowing it, but still stuck in the same zone. I don't want to give up. It's just hard to stay positive at this point. I was about to mention that song. You can mention it if you want to, Jasmine. You can mention it if you want to. It's hard to stay positive. I understand, Bree. I understand, and you can always email me. You know that. Let me see my Scorpio. Yeah, I understand that. Make sure I get all y'all little stuff. So a lot of times I be skipping past it because I be going so fast. I had to get in my zone, man, because when you ain't in your zone, like I'm in the like a lot of people don't understand when I'm doing my thing, when I'm trying to do my thing with y'all, I'm in the lab, man. I'm in the lab. I can't. It's like when people are doing their thing, you can't. It's like a person being in the studio. You in the studio trying to do a track. What you got your girlfriend coming? Like, can you hold on? Excuse me, Mr. Producer. I need to talk to my husband. I need to talk to my boyfriend. Can you please do the little chorus or whatever so I can talk to my boyfriend? Like, no, if you don't get out the studio, if you plucking my nerves, get up out of here. I'm trying to do a track. Get out of here. Let me see. It's just like it's like what can I do? What can I say? It's like help, help. Let me see. I think he loves my energy and how crazy and fun I can be. We going to the beach on Sunday, and I'm going to wear something sexy and going to get him to talk. Okay, that's what's up. See, he's going to know you put that energy into it. He's going to know you put that effort into it. Just like a Virgo, a Scorpio, we see the little stuff. We see the little things from the perfume for the smell to how soft the skin is. If you got soft skin, if your hair is nice, he pays attention to that. Whether he's acknowledge it or not, he pays attention to all of that stuff. So I love y'all, man. Pounds to all my brothers that's been watching. Big kiss to all the ladies, all my beautiful supporters. I love y'all, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Make sure y'all like, show that love, donate if you can. I really appreciate all the love. Sometimes you got to shake the negativity off and you got to keep pushing, regardless, you know what I'm saying? So I love y'all. Thank you for the encouragement, and I will see y'all later. And let me do my last thing, Pete, because I know y'all appreciate it. So I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to do this sometime for y'all, but I'm going to end it on a good note. I ain't going to end it on a bad note. I'm going to end it on a positive note. I love y'all. I want y'all to have a wonderful week, and I will be back soon. Peace out. Smiles. Ding.